Do for me by Miller Genuine Draft. Cold filtered for real draft taste. So get out of the old, get into the cold. And by Bugle Boy Company, because any closet without Bugle Boy is an empty closet.
6:50 to go in the third. Bulls with a 4-point lead on the Pistons. Scottie Pippen thus far only 3 for 10 from the field for 10 points. So always has a difficult matchup with Dennis Rodman. We talked with Scottie and asked what does he try to do against Rodman.
Well, we're giving him credit, he's a good defensive player. He's real quick on his feet. He has good lateral movement, and that's allowed him to be a good defensive player. I think he's established himself throughout the league with the referees of being able to play with his hands and allowing him to catch up with you even if you beat him one step, and that slows you down when a guy can grab you and step in front of you, and he's able to flock to the floor and get the calls, and he's established himself as a good defensive player by doing that.
Well, Scottie Pippen claiming that Dennis Rodman uses the very strong hand check on him, among other tactics which have kept Scottie in check over the years. I don't think it's only the strong hand check, though.
No, there's a definite intimidation there by Rodman, but it happens to a lot of players.
Bulls by 4 as we come up on 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. McGuire getting inside. Here's Jordan, way off. He thought he was fouled.
Phil Jackson thought he was fouled. Michael Jordan thought he was fouled. But the Pistons said absolutely no foul.
A moment ago, Jake O'Donnell went over to the Detroit bench. Apparently not happy with some of the screaming coming from the end of the bench and gave a warning, did not call the technical. Cartwright picked up that foul.
Well, the Pistons were reminding Jake O'Donnell that the free throws were 21-2 at the end of the first half. They feel they should be getting their share of the free throw attempts. It's not easy coming across the lane. Nobody lets you run where you want to, particularly in the playoffs.
Edwards off the double team, got it out. Aguirre with a three-pointer. That is his second from downtown. He has had another sensational shooting performance. 18 for Aguirre, and the Pistons are within 1 point. Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan now 5 for 11. The call against the Bulls.
That last three-point shot brings up an interesting point about this Piston team. Last year in the regular season, they averaged 6.5 a game. When they got to the playoffs, they upped it to 8.5 attempts per game from the three-point line. This year, 5.5 going into the playoffs. In the playoffs, 9.5 so far.
Edwards. Yes, off the roll. Detroit has taken a 1-point lead. The Pistons 54. The Bulls 53 off a 15-4 run. And Jake O'Donnell calling it away from the ball against the Pistons. It's on Aguirre. The Chicago Bulls have won 13 straight home playoff games. As you take a look at the pushing by Mark Aguirre. In last year's conference final, the Bulls won all 3 games in Chicago, lost all 4 in Detroit. Cartwright, yes, and the Bulls recapture the lead. This season, Chicago has the deciding 7th game by virtue of their 61-21 regular season record. Pippen trying to draw the foul, no call. Aguirre from 3, and Grant for the rebound.
As you continue to watch Detroit double team Michael Jordan, keep an eye in the middle of the lane. That's where they found people in that Philly series. In each game, wide open for layups.
Pippen off the steal. Pippen, yes, and it counts. The foul on James Edwards. That's his 3rd. 3:51 remaining. Third quarter, Chicago by 3, and they are back at the line.
Pippen anticipating the outlet pass, takes it to the basket. Edwards losing his footing on the way down, falls into Pippen on the score.
Now, apparently the foul away from the ball, so the basket counts, and Grant will go to the free throw line. So it is a three-point play, and the Bulls lead at 58-54. Thomas and Dumars in the backcourt. Rodman, Aguirre, Edwards up front. Aguirre posting up Paxson, who tries to punch the ball away. He will not get the call on the continuation. The basket does not count, but a foul on Paxson, his second.
If they continue to switch at the defensive end, this is the mismatch you're going to have. Mark Aguirre being guarded by Paxson. They need to double quickly, get the ball back out of Aguirre's hands. He's too strong down low.
Both clubs over the limit. Well, Mark Aguirre and Coach Chuck Daly have certainly had a number of screaming matches past couple of years. Aguirre and some teammates haven't always seen eye to eye. There has been talk that he might be traded, but he has come up solid in the playoffs. Perhaps the most responsible for beating the Boston Celtics.
Toughest thing to do, find guys who can score points in the playoffs when the defense is so much better. That's what Mark Aguirre can do, is score points and score them in bunches. You go back to his Dallas days, Maverick days, high 20s, 30-point average during a number of seasons.
Aguirre for three, yes! The Pistons lead it 59-58. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan has been very quiet. He's missed his last 4 attempts. Pippen, yes, and it counts. A gorgeous setup from Bill Cartwright.
Part of the Bulls' offense is to break down pressure defenses. Whenever their people are overplayed, they flash and go backdoor. Executed so well that time.
Foul called on Edwards. He has 4. Timeout taken. We'll be right back. 15 for 23 points. He's averaging better than 15 per game during the course of the playoff series. Mark Aguirre out of the Windy City. In his 10th year, played his college basketball at DePaul. This is 3rd season with Detroit. As you mentioned, Mike acquired from Dallas, that in the deal for Adrian Dantley.
We'll see if Pippen makes this free throw attempt. If the Bulls go back to their full court pressure, trying to get Detroit out of the rhythm that they've established here offensively.
And John Sally has returned after picking up his 3rd foul in the second quarter. He has been sitting. 4 fouls apiece on Lane Beer and Edwards, 3 on Rodman, 3 on Sally. Off the turnover. The Bulls get it back.
That's the 3rd time that Scottie Pippen has knocked the ball away from Mark Aguirre from behind as Aguirre tries to back him down. He's got to do a better job of protecting the basketball.
The Chicago foul run down, 3 apiece on Pippen, Jordan, and Cartwright. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Pippen wide open. Yes. And Scottie Pippen has come on in this 3rd quarter. He now has 16 points.
Breakdown in communication that time. The Pistons should have switched out. Sally never got the call until too late. A wide open Pippen for the shot.
Bulls lead it 62-59. Just under 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Pippen stepping out. It will be Detroit ball with 6 on the 24.
Pippen knows that if he lets Aguirre get him down too low, he's in trouble, so he keeps reaching behind for the flick. That's the 3rd one he's knocked away this game. Pistons have to pump it. Isaiah does, and hits off glass again.